Hi, this is JJ. I'm going to talk now about the tones that I use for Be Thou Exalted. And so I'll show you how I built them, and we'll talk about the settings. First of all, let's take a look at the guitar because it has a lot to do with the sound I'm getting. So this is a Carvin. I've got three pickup settings. This switch switches between the front, or the neck pickup, and the bridge pickup, and then the center position combines both of them. You've also got the tone knobs. What I do is on the bridge pickup, I set the tone all the way to treble, and I set the volume all the way up. That way when I hit that switch, I've got a really nice solid lead sound. Okay, on the neck pickup, I tuned the volume back quite a bit, and I turned the tone down just a little bit. That way when I'm forward, when I've got the switch forward, there's a lot less of the growl, so it's a little cleaner tone. And then when I go to both in the middle, it just gives a really nice, fat, rich tone. So that's the guitar setup. Obviously standard tuning as with all of our songs at church. And I'm using 10 gauge strings. So that's what we've got there. Coming over to the board. First of all, going into the tuner, out of the tuner into the plex tone. I've got drive on for all of that. Crunch is down here at about the 8 o'clock position. I'm not using the high gain, so that doesn't matter. Tone I've got set to what's that, about 10 o'clock, about 9:30 or 10 o'clock. And that pulls some of that really high treble down off of it. I've got the level up just about almost 12 o'clock, not quite, and that gives us the volume we need. Coming out of there, we're going into the Sans amp. This time I've got it set on a tweed because I wanted a really nice clean tone. So the switch here is set on tweed. The second switch is set up all the way up on hot wired, and on tweed that doesn't make the it doesn't give you growl. It just gives you more volume out of the tweed. So high gain or hot wired there all the way up, and then classic amp, it gives you a nice mid-range if you set it down on classic. So those are the switches there. Drive is all the way off. The low and high, you can see where they are, and then the level I've got up at about 2 o'clock, so I've got quite a bit of level going on there. Okay, coming out of there into the POG, I've got that turned off for this tone. Going down here to the modulator, that is also turned off for this tone. And the delay. Alright, so delay is on. I've got it set on manual right now. It's set to 838 milliseconds. What that essentially means is that we're using, I think it's 70 beats per minute, but I just tapped that out to dotted eighth note. So dotted eighth note at 72 gives you roughly 838. I just set it in with tapping, but if you want to dial in, if you want to do the math and figure the exact numbers, you can do that and dial in the exact numbers. Anyway, I've got it on manual. I've got mod style on 3. I'm using the delay line type and dotted eighth over here. You can see the delay is set right at 12 o'clock. Feedback is, it just gives you a few hits of feedback, so it's there at about 10 o'clock. Color is a little bit to the left on the tape. Mod level I've got all the way down, and the mix level is not quite, I don't want it up at 12. That's just a little bit too much when you're using the delay line. So I've dialed it back just a little bit. Okay, coming out of there, we're going to the Verbzilla. I've got the mix over at about 9 o'clock. Decay is at 12, times at 12, and tone is at 12. And I'm using the tile setting. Trails are on, and so that's my setting there. And then on the Rock Bug, I've got open back cabinet on, and I've got the guitar knob turned to about 10:30, 11 o'clock. And that knob actually really affects your tone. If you get it too far right, it makes it really hot, a lot of signal. And so try and work that down. It gives you a little bit warmer, like a little bit more cabinet tone if you'll keep it turned down a little bit. So that's the Rock Bug. Of course, we use the volume pedal, and so that's the setup. And that's all I ran for the recording, was just straight through that. All right, call me if you got questions. Bye.